Welcome back to the Shigeki podcast, where science and longevity come together to help you live stronger, feel younger, and make better choices one small step at a time. I'm Dr. Mark Hyman, and as always, I'm here with someone I deeply admire, a man who spent more than a century studying health simplicity and the power of everyday food, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. Today we're diving into a topic that seems healthy, but can go very wrong. I'm talking about pumpkin seeds. You see them everywhere, tossed on salads, blended in smoothies, or just eaten by the handful as a guilt-free snack. They're rich in zinc, magnesium, and even tryptophan. They're praised for supporting sleep hormones, the prostate, and even bone health. And yes, pumpkin seeds can be great. But here's the truth most people don't hear. If you eat them the wrong way, they can quietly trigger inflammation, disrupt your digestion, or throw your hormones off balance. And the worst part, many people over 60 are doing just that every day without realizing it.
I've always said even good food can become a kind of poison when used incorrectly. Pumpkin seeds are no exception. People trust them because they're natural or plant-based. But natural doesn't mean safe in every context. Especially as we get older, the body becomes more sensitive to oils, to minerals, to portion sizes. I've seen patients who thought they were helping their health but ended up hurting their gut, their joints, or their sleep.
That's why in this episode, we're going to walk you through 8 common mistakes people make with pumpkin seeds and, more importantly, show you how to fix them. The corrections are simple, but the effects, they can be life-changing. So, if you're eating pumpkin seeds for better sleep, stronger hormones, or more zinc hit, like, subscribe, and share this episode, because you might be using them in a way that's working against you and not even know it.
The truth is, pumpkin seeds have earned their reputation as a nutritional powerhouse, and for good reason. They're packed with zinc, which supports immune function and prostate health. They're high in magnesium, which calms the nervous system and improves sleep. Add to that a solid dose of plant-based protein and phytosterols, which can help lower cholesterol and support heart health, and you've got a truly impressive seed. But as always, the story changes after 60. You see, as we age, our digestive strength declines. The lining of the stomach becomes more delicate. Enzyme production slows down. That means the high fiber and tough outer shell found in many pumpkin seeds can be harder to break down. What used to feel crunchy and satisfying at 40 might feel like bloating pressure or even constipation at 65.
And it's not just digestion. The way the body handles minerals and fatty acids also shifts. The kidneys and liver, which help process excess magnesium, zinc, and fats, don't always work as efficiently as they once did. When older adults consume large amounts of nutrient-dense foods like pumpkin seeds, without adjusting for age, it can backfire. I've seen patients experience things like nighttime urination, muscle cramps, or even hormone imbalances from what seemed like a healthy snack. That's why we always say food isn't just about what's good, it's about what's right for you right now. And at this stage of life, small details like timing, preparation, and portion size become essential.
Not all superfoods are super for everyone, especially if you eat them the wrong way, and pumpkin seeds, while beneficial, are no exception. When used correctly, they can support longevity, but used carelessly, they can slowly add stress to a system that's already working hard to stay in balance.
Let's start with one of the most common and most overlooked is eating store-bought pumpkin seeds that have been roasted in vegetable oil and heavily salted. It sounds convenient, right? A ready-to-eat snack that's crunchy tasty and marketed as heart healthy. But the truth is far from that label. These packaged seeds are often roasted in sunflower oil, soybean oil, or other refined vegetable oils, which are unstable at high heat. When heated, they oxidize easily, creating free radicals, unstable molecules that can quietly promote inflammation in your body. Add to that a heavy coating of salt, and now you've got a snack that raises blood pressure, causes fluid retention, and puts extra strain on your heart and kidneys, especially in older adults.
I've seen this many times. Patients over 60 trying to eat better, they swap chips for roasted seeds thinking it's a healthier option, but they end up with more joint stiffness, more bloating, and even worsening blood pressure. The seed itself isn't the problem, it's what's on it, the oil, the salt, and the excessive roasting.
It's simple. Choose raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, then roast them gently at home using dry heat, no oil, no salt, just a low-temperature bake or air fryer. That way you keep the nutrients intact and avoid the inflammation. Your body deserves real food, not chemically loaded shortcuts, especially as it works harder with age to stay in balance.
So, what's the fix? Next, one of the most surprising things I've seen in recent years is how many people are using pumpkin seeds like a natural sleeping pill. They hear that pumpkin seeds contain tryptophan, the amino acid that helps produce melatonin, and they start eating them every night religiously, hoping for deeper sleep. And while it's true that tryptophan can support better rest, there's a catch. When you rely on the same food every single night, especially as a natural remedy, your body can start to depend on that external supply. Over time, your natural melatonin rhythm may get confused. Your brain thinks, I don't need to regulate this anymore, we're getting it from food. That's when problems start to creep in.
I've had patients who slept great with pumpkin seeds at first, but after a few weeks the effect wore off. Some even reported feeling more restless without them, or waking up more often. Their sleep became dependent, not natural. And when they tried to stop, they found it hard to fall asleep, even though nothing else had changed.
So here's what we recommend: you don't treat pumpkin seeds like a daily medication. Instead, use them 2 to 3 times a week, preferably in the afternoon or early evening, not right before bed. Let your body continue to produce melatonin on its own, and pair your pumpkin seed intake with other calming foods, like kiwi warm oat porridge, chamomile tea, or unsweetened nut milk. The goal isn't to sedate yourself, it's to create a rhythm your body can maintain. When it comes to sleep, gentle support is better than forced signals. Your body knows how to rest sometimes, it just needs a little space to remember how.
All right, we know pumpkin seeds are dense in nutrients, there's no doubt about that. But like with any concentrated food, more isn't always better. I've met many patients who think, if a tablespoon is good, a handful must be great. And before they know it, they're eating 30 to 50 grams a day every single day without realizing the silent consequences.
The issue is that pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium and phytosterols. These are beneficial in the right dose, but when consumed in excess, especially over time, they can create imbalance. Too much magnesium can lead to loose stools, electrolyte loss, and even muscle weakness. Meanwhile, high levels of phytosterols have been linked to disruption in testosterone balance, particularly in older men, which may impact energy, mood, or libido. And for people over 60, that's a real concern. Your body becomes more sensitive to mineral shifts. Chronic overconsumption of these compounds, even from healthy food, can lead to fatigue, dehydration, or persistent digestive issues that are hard to trace back to the source.
So, how much is enough? We recommend sticking to 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, which is roughly 15 to 20 grams, and not using them as a mindless snack. Pumpkin seeds aren't popcorn. Eat them intentionally. Maybe sprinkle a small amount on your salad or into your oatmeal, and always rotate with other nutrient-dense foods. Your body will thank you for the balance.
Here's a mistake that's rarely talked about, but can be dangerous if overlooked. Pumpkin seeds are naturally high in magnesium and potassium. Both are essential minerals that help regulate blood pressure and support heart rhythm. But for people who are already taking diuretics or blood pressure medications, that same benefit can turn into a risk.
That's because certain medications, especially thiazide diuretics or ACE inhibitors, also affect how your body handles electrolytes. When you combine them with large amounts of potassium or magnesium from food, it can tip your system out of balance. The result might be blood pressure dropping too low or electrolyte levels becoming unstable. In older adults, that can show up as dizziness, lightheadedness, irregular heartbeat, or even fainting. I've had patients who suddenly felt weak or foggy, not realizing it was the combination of their medication, and just a handful of pumpkin seeds that cause the problem.
So the solution isn't to avoid pumpkin seeds entirely. It's to be smart about when and how much you eat. If you're on heart medications or diuretics, talk to your doctor first. And if you do include pumpkin seeds in your diet, keep the portion small, monitor your blood pressure regularly, and avoid eating them at the same time you take your meds. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. Even healthy foods need context, especially when medication is already adjusting your internal chemistry.
Now, here's a habit that sounds innocent, but often backfires: eating pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach. A lot of people grab a handful first thing in the morning or between meals, thinking it's a light, healthy snack. But in reality, that choice can be surprisingly harsh on your digestive system.
Pumpkin seeds are rich in healthy fats and in soluble fiber, both of which are great, but not when your stomach is completely empty. Without any food buffer, these components can irritate the stomach lining, trigger mild intestinal spasms, or even lead to nausea, bloating, or loose stools, especially in older adults with more sensitive digestion. And for people over 60 who may already deal with gastritis reflux or slow gastric emptying, that irritation can make things worse. I've had patients complain of discomfort after eating seeds only to find out they were taking them alone before breakfast or late at night.
The fix is simple. Don't eat pumpkin seeds by themselves on an empty stomach. Instead, pair them with a light meal or snack something like a bowl of warm oatmeal, steamed vegetables, or soft fruit. This gives your digestive system a gentler introduction and helps you absorb the nutrients better. And one more tip: chew them thoroughly. Whole seeds can be hard on your gut if swallowed too quickly. Digestion starts in the mouth, especially with fiber-rich foods like this. A few small tweaks can make all the difference.
Moving to a lesser-known but important concern, the impact of pumpkin seeds on people with gout or high uric acid levels. At first glance, pumpkin seeds seem harmless in this context. After all, they're not high in purines, which are the compounds that usually trigger gout attacks. But the effect isn't that straightforward. The issue isn't purine content, it's how the kidneys process waste. Pumpkin seeds are dense in protein, fats, and minerals. If someone eats them in large amounts, especially without enough hydration or fiber from vegetables, it places an extra burden on the kidneys. For people already struggling with uric acid clearance, this added workload can interfere with the body's ability to flush out acid efficiently.
In practice, I've seen older patients experience joint pain, flare-ups, inflammation, and even swollen feet or fingers after increasing their intake of pumpkin seeds, especially when they weren't eating enough alkaline vegetables to support balance. It often takes them by surprise because they thought seeds were completely safe.
The solution is to be selective and moderate. If you're currently in a gout flare, it's best to avoid pumpkin seeds completely. Once your uric acid levels are stable, you can reintroduce them in small amounts, no more than a tablespoon a day, and always alongside meals that are rich in leafy greens or hydrating vegetables. And don't forget hydration. Water helps flush excess uric acid from the kidneys, and it's your best friend in prevention. Pumpkin seeds aren't forbidden for people with gout, but they do need strategy, timing, and awareness to avoid silent setbacks.
Pumpkin seeds in their raw form may seem like the healthiest option. No salt, no oil, no heat. But there's one thing most people don't realize: raw seeds contain phytate, also known as phytic acid. This naturally occurring compound acts as a mineral blocker. It binds to important nutrients like zinc, magnesium, and calcium in the gut, making them harder for your body to absorb. That's especially concerning for older adults. After 60, the body's ability to absorb and utilize nutrients already starts to decline. So, when someone is eating pumpkin seeds daily, hoping to boost their magnesium or zinc levels, but they're eating them raw and unprepared, the result can be the opposite of what they intended.
I've seen patients with muscle cramps, fatigue, brittle nails, even early signs of bone loss, all while eating healthy diets packed with seeds and nuts. When we traced it back, the problem wasn't quantity, it was absorption. Their minerals were being blocked by the phytate content of raw seeds.
The fix is simple, and it's been used for generations. Soak the seeds. Place raw pumpkin seeds in warm water for about 4 to 6 hours, then lightly roast or air dry them. This process reduces the phytate content significantly and unlocks the minerals for better absorption. If you don't want to soak at home, you can buy pre-roasted unsalted pumpkin seeds. Just make sure they're not overly processed or cooked in vegetable oil. When it comes to minerals, it's not just what you eat, it's what your body can use. Preparation matters. And for pumpkin seeds, a little soaking goes a long way.
Coming to the last mistake, this is one that often gets ignored, but it can be the most dangerous of all. Pumpkin seeds are rich in healthy fats, especially unsaturated oils. And while that's good for your heart, it also means these seeds are highly perishable. If they're not stored properly, they can oxidize or even become contaminated with harmful mold toxins, including aflatoxins.
Aflatoxins are no joke. These are potent liver-damaging toxins produced by certain molds when seeds are exposed to moisture, heat, or poor ventilation. Over time, they don't just spoil the flavor, they silently increase your risk of immune suppression liver damage, and in serious cases, even cancer. What's scary is that the seeds may look normal at first glance, but carry toxins that the body has to work hard to filter out. And as we age, the liver's capacity to detoxify weakens. I've seen many older patients suffer from chronic fatigue, elevated liver enzymes, or persistent inflammation, only to find the culprit was old, improperly stored nuts or seeds they were eating regularly without realizing the risk.
So here's what to do. Always store pumpkin seeds in a sealed glass jar, in a cool, dry place away from light and moisture. If possible, refrigerate them, especially if you buy in bulk. Never use seeds that smell musty, appear darker than usual, or feel oily or sticky to the touch. Those are all signs of spoilage. Healthy food starts with safe food. The nutrients in pumpkin seeds mean nothing if they're laced with toxins. So check your stash and store it wisely. Your liver will thank you.
Now that we've walked through the common mistakes, it's time to shift our focus to something more empowering: how to use pumpkin seeds correctly. Because when used the right way, these tiny seeds can truly support your body, from your brain and heart to your digestion hormones and even your sleep. First, let's talk timing. One of the easiest ways to reduce unwanted side effects is to eat pumpkin seeds when your digestive system is most active. That's typically between 9 to 11 a.m. or 3 to 5 p.m., mid-morning or mid-afternoon. These are windows when your metabolism is stable and your stomach isn't empty or overwhelmed.
Yes, timing makes a difference. When you eat seeds with your main meals or just after your body can process them better, with fewer issues like bloating or reflux. What you combine them with also matters. For example, I often recommend adding pumpkin seeds to warm oatmeal vegetable soups or salads tossed with olive oil. The healthy fats help carry fat-soluble nutrients like zinc more efficiently into your cells. And don't forget about portion control. While pumpkin seeds are nutrient-rich, they're also dense in calories and minerals. The sweet spot is 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, not a full handful. You can even split that over a few days. Think of pumpkin seeds as a functional garnish, not the main event.
Exactly. And I'd add that the form you eat them in makes a big difference. The best option: choose shelled seeds that have been lightly roasted without salt or oil. This removes the anti-nutrients, preserves the good fats, and makes digestion much smoother. You can also grind them into powder and sprinkle them on steamed vegetables, mix into yogurt, or even blend with water to make homemade pumpkin seed milk. A mineral-rich, soothing drink that's easy on the stomach.
What I love about pumpkin seeds is how versatile they are. You can use them to support zinc levels, which may help reduce hair thinning, improve immune function, and even support testosterone levels in older men. Combined with their magnesium content, they're also great for better sleep and muscle recovery. But remember, as powerful as they are, pumpkin seeds are not a magic bullet. You should eat them as food, not as a snack. That means no mindless handfuls while watching TV or snacking between meals. Use them intentionally in meals that support digestion and hormone balance. That's how you turn food into medicine. Small things make a big impact, and pumpkin seeds are proof. With a few smart changes, this humble seed can become one of the most powerful tools in your daily routine.
To wrap up, pumpkin seeds can be incredibly healing, but they can also quietly do harm if used the wrong way. It's not about whether they're healthy or not. It's about how you use them. A handful at the wrong time, stored the wrong way, or eaten with the wrong expectation can lead to inflammation, sleep disruption, even hormone imbalances. But the beauty is, these issues are easy to fix. Sometimes just shifting when or how much you eat can reduce stress on your digestion, protect your heart, and actually improve your sleep.
And that's the message we want to leave you with. What you eat regularly is more powerful than what you take occasionally. Many people treat supplements like magic and food like background noise. But it's your daily habits, the quiet routines that shape your long-term health. Pumpkin seeds are not bad, but used the wrong way, they can become empty calories or even silent triggers. Used wisely, though, they can support your energy, your focus, your immune system, and your aging process.
So, if you've been eating pumpkin seeds every day without really thinking about it, now is the perfect time to pause and reset. Just one change, a smaller portion, better timing, safer storage could make a big difference. And we want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell us which of the 8 mistakes have you made. And if this episode helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next episode.